All right, guys, we're here at the Cherry Blossom Festival. Got a couple questions for you, gentlemen. First off, if it's not already apparent, I see some of the shirts. What's your favorite anime show?
Ooh, that's tough. XX Holic. XXX Holic's definitely.
I haven't heard of that one.
And it's probably a tie between that and Bleach.
Bleach? Oh, hey, first person I've interviewed that said Bleach is their favorite.
I would have to say Kagagiri,
Kagagiri?
the compulsive gambler. That's in English. And then I would have to say Naruto. One of my
Everyone grew up on Naruto, you know what I'm saying?
first anime I ever watched. Always hold true.
Bro, everyone liked the ninjas, so like it's smooth transition. What's one anime you'd say that's overrated that everyone likes, but you don't see the hype?
I'm kind of tired of My Hero.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
Gurren Lagann. I'm not a big neck person.
Hey, I'm not either. Have y'all checked out Mobile Suit Blood Orphans?
Yeah, he's the mobile super.
It's pretty solid. I'm actually a huge Gundam fan.
Yeah.
My favorite Gundam would have to be G Gundam because
Okay.
all the hand-to-hand combat.
So I'm very much like you. I don't really watch Gundams, but I don't know if you put you on Blood Orphan. It's really good for not being, bro. And I'm not a mecha guy myself. So next question be, what's one anime that you feel like has great black representation? I feel like you know the answer, but we'll see.
What is it? Hachi X. I can't remember. It's like about the woman with the little kid
I think they're on like the moped or I know what you're talking about.
on the run. That one's pretty good.
Yep.
That's a tough one because it's like they're good black characters, but never a whole lot of them. I mean, you give Naruto. There's a whole village of black people, so
I guess
that's
you
a
could say
solid
that.
one.
Okay.
And they're cool. They live in the sky. Like they all dress cool. So you got that one.
I would say for me, Bleach. Bleach has some of the best like black character designs.
Yeah, I'm just curious. In my opinion, that has the best representation. And I say multiculturally, like Hispanic, because the whole Ronka art. Yeah, so it's like for me personally, I just like the characters, like you mentioned, good characters, and they're not just like side characters for the most part, you know.
Exactly.
But the one you mentioned, I forgot all about. They're very.
That one in Black Lagoon. You got Black Lagoon.
Lagoon?
There's a lot of black people in that one.
Okay.
There's another one I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I mean, you go with some of the more famous sports animes. It's pretty good. Like what is that? Kuroko no Basket.
I don't see. I don't usually watch sport animes because it's kind of, to me, it's cheesy. I'd rather just play basketball than.
So like in that one, and I don't watch it, but I know like quite a bit about it because it was really popular. But when they went to America and they had to play the black team, they destroyed the style on them. This dude was doing around the hoop through his shirt and everything. They were clowning him. So
I saw that clip.
yeah, so that one was pretty cool to see.
Okay.
We've all been clowned at the basketball court.
Yeah.
Hoops once or another, so that was fun to watch.
Okay. 2 more questions. Do you guys watch One Piece?
Yes.
I'm not a big pirate person, so I don't really watch a whole lot of One Piece, but I keep up with it every now and then.
Okay.
I'm caught up on the manga.
Okay.
That's how much I got into.
So how I bring it into anime, I'm a watcher only. I don't read mangas or anything. So I was just curious because for my podcast and my co-host is a real big One Piece fan and caught up. I just don't see the hype, man. Everyone heralds it as the great, but when it comes to watching, the manga might be totally different, but watching it, man, it's a drag.
I feel like it's probably, to me, it has a lot of like filler arcs and you can lose the main point of it.
I feel like for me it's filler episodes because you get like a whole bunch of fluff and then you might get a couple minutes of something that matters, in my opinion.
I feel like by this time they should have found One Piece, spent it all, then found 2 pieces.
From what I heard, it was supposed to end a couple arcs ago. I mean, you let me know.
So what I have to say there's a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
Everything's canon. I don't know how many filler arcs there are. I'm not super deep into it, but I follow it enough to know what's happening. The way I caught up was, I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
So I played the Dynasty Warriors game.
Okay.
It tells you the story up to a certain point. Then I watched it, and then I started reading it. It's way easier reading it. And then I'll go back and watch the really important fights because those are much fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of great scenes. I think if you were to take out all the fluff, in my opinion, it'd be a really good anime. Because of that, I don't hold it in the higher top 3 regards like everyone else does. Because when it comes down to it, a lot of times you see people cosplaying. I don't see that many One Piece. You see it every now and then. See a couple Laws, maybe a Luffy, maybe Ace, but I don't know. As much as people talk about it being one of the greats, I don't see it when it comes to the anime. I know the manga is totally different, but yeah.
I mean, I get why it's intimidating. But it's like it just hit episode 1050 or something like that.
It's a journey. I give you a follow-up question. So, since the journey is so long, you think people who watch it to this day only say it's that good because they've invested so much time? They can't necessarily shit on it.
There's a bias.
Is it like Coke?
Because you put so much into it, you just like, okay.
Invested so much time.
Gotta ride with it.
Watching it since it was on Cartoon Network.
I think it was 90
Konami or something.
99. I want to say is when it started.
Yeah.
It was 2000. Okay, but it's a long time, brother. It's 20. We're in 23.
You could watch it when it was on WB and then had to find it online because it stopped coming to America and then wait for it to come back. Yeah, you invested.
Yeah. Okay. Last question, fellas. Is it subs or dubs?
Depends on my mood.
Have you had to pick one and one goes away forever? How you taking in anime?
I gotta say subs because the Japanese voice actors really do put in
different.
work.
Yeah.
It's not the same when we were growing up because back then dubs were just really good to get people into anime.
All the Adult Swim animes,
Man,
dub
still
was
to this
solid.
day,
Yeah.
solid, but the dubs aren't as good as the subs nowadays.
I don't know why. It's really with the girls. They do that eccentric voices. It's like now you make me feel weird.
You have the male villain voices. You can't get like a lot of American voice actors don't voice act anymore. You don't really get that as much.
Okay.
I would say for me, it's definitely subs.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of a purist in some ways. I like to see it originally
From the
subbed,
content, yeah.
Then I'll watch it dubbed if I love the series enough, or if I'm trying to like rush through it.
Yeah.
And then also, I feel like with subs, you get some of that original context that you don't get in the American.
Yeah, because not everything can translate one to one, so
Exactly.
things can come off a little bit
Dude,
different.
that whole rice, the whole rice patty that they had in Pokemon was called a donut here. When they brought it over to the English dub, I'm just like, that's not a donut. So I feel like subs gives you what the true.
Yeah, because it's
behind
orange.
it.
Yeah, it came from Japan culture, so it's gonna one to one is gonna feel better. So, I'm here with Ichigo. Got a couple questions to ask you, brother. So first off, if it's not already apparent, what's your favorite anime?
Bleach.
Bleach. Okay. Are you watch only or do you read the manga?
Both.
Both? Okay, so me as a viewer only, I really like the newest arc, the 1,000-Year Blood War. Super mature, I guess we could say, graphic. I feel like, to me personally, it's the best of the top three in this arc for me personally. Do you feel the same way?
Of course, the animation's top tier.
Animation's top tier. I like the more maturity. Like, people aren't just getting slashed, people are actually dying this time. So, really great intro to the series. So, next question be, what is one anime that you are saying is overrated? That everyone likes it, but you don't get the hype. You don't think it's that good.
Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to
I'm
take.
not a big fan of the self-narration.
Okay, I got you. So last question, brother. Is it subs or dubs?
Subs.
I'm here with Gon's extremely tall hair. So to start it off, fellas, what's your favorite anime?
Favorite anime, Overlord.
Overlord. Oh, I haven't heard that. That's a solid one.
It's the one I'm doing right now, Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. I love Dr. Stone as well. A lot of people don't like it because it's not like action and
Yeah, it's kind of
all that.
nerdy.
But it keeps you entertained because you have to, in my opinion, you got to think a little bit. So what's one anime that you guys think's overrated that everyone loves but you don't see the hype?
One Piece. Instantly. I'd say Demon Slayer, probably.
Ooh, that's a second. I know that hurts.
Yeah.
So
It's good animation, but I think the plot kind of drops a little bit.
I can see you there. So another follow-up question. So you said One Piece is overrated, right?
Yeah.
What can you? Let's hear your thoughts on that.
The community's a little annoying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel the same way because a lot of people herald it as like the best or one of the best.
Yeah.
When it comes to anime,
It's not the worst. Like, I'll put My Hero as like the bottom of the bucket, but then like I'll put One Piece like just a step above that.
okay.
And it's long as hell.
Yeah, it is a journey, and I feel like a lot of people have so much time invested. There's no way they can like necessarily shit on their anime that they grew up with, and they're gonna see it through. So they're gonna like you get those fans we're talking about. So last question, fellas, is it subs or dubs?
Either or is fine.
Have you had to pick one? One goes away.
Ah.
Yeah, we have to ask the tough questions.
I say dub. Ooh, because JJK, I don't know if you watched JJK Zero, the movie.
Yes, I watched it in sub though.
Oh, okay, well, if you watch it in dub, it doesn't compare to the sub.
In a good way though,
Yeah,
right?
for anime, like if you say something for Avatar, I think it's a lot better in English than it is in.
Are you talking about Airbender?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't watched that in sub.
You haven't watched?
Not in sub.
Not in sub.
I haven't even really finished. I know of it, but I kind of know how it ends, but I haven't watched it completely. So
Well, yeah, they have little clips I saw online, but other than that, I think English kind of overrules it. Yeah. I usually watch sub,
Okay.
so I'd say dub has to go.
Sub. Hey,
Yeah.
that's how it is. We do it over here. Subs over dubs. We got another anime fan with us, so let's get into it. First question, brother. What's your favorite anime?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Nice. What's one anime you would say is overrated that everyone else loves?
Dragon Ball Z.
With all due respect to everyone, fuck everyone.
Oh, so why Dragon Ball Z?
Or just Dragon Ball in general.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good, but the fights and talking takes way too long.
It drags on. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, with Dragon Ball, some of your friends do they feel the same way? Because everyone, I don't mean to assume like your nationality. Are you Hispanic?
Yes.
So like that's number one over there in Mexico. I know you may not be Mexican, but like.
No, I am.
Okay, you are. So how do your friends feel about that statement?
I don't know. They might feel offended, but
Oh, you haven't even said that.
nah.
Okay.
That's just me personally.
Okay, hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate the honesty. Last question. So when they see this, what are you gonna tell them? You gonna just open up?
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna
just
tell
gonna let it
them.
know. Nah, I got you. Hey, man, last question. Is it subs or dubs?
Both.
If you had to pick one goes away forever. You only can watch it in one.
Dub.
Dub. We got a couple ladies here. We're gonna ask some questions. So first off, if it's not already apparent, what's your favorite anime?
Hunter.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Berserk.
Berserk. Okay. We got some dark themes going. I like it though. All right, what's one anime that you will deem that's overrated? Everyone loves it, but you're like, you don't see the hype.
Dang, that's a hard one.
Hurt some feelings.
Dang, I'm gonna. No. Oh, Naruto. Actually, I'm so sorry, but Naruto's overhyped.
Sword Art Online.
Oh no, take it back. Sword Art Online. Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's a good,
Hey,
good answer.
we're 10 toes down, man. So, you being a One Piece fan, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think people don't like it, or they kind of?
Because I unfortunately was a One Piece hater.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got turned. But it's more so like the length of it, and then the art style in the beginning kind of threw me off.
Okay.
And I was really confused why there was a robot and he was a pirate king. That didn't make no sense to me.
Oh man.
Why? But now, yeah, we stand Frankie.
Okay.
Super.
Do you kind of have any opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's the length. Like the length is where people are just like, oh, I'm not gonna get through 1,000 episodes.
Do you watch it as well?
Oh yeah, I grew up with it.
Okay.
I love it.
So for me personally, I would be deemed a hater, but let me explain.
Yeah.
So I watched the show. It's okay. I just don't think it's as good as everyone says it is, in my opinion, right?
Naruto fan?
I'm definitely a Naruto fan. But let me I can take the L on Naruto. Naruto at the end of the day is a boy chasing another boy situation. Like the whole show is about that. But the thing that kills me with One Piece is the fact that it's too much fluff. Like you have a lot of fluff and then a little bit of stuff going on in the anime, in my opinion, from what I watch it.
There's a lot of filler, but I mean that's like Naruto in a nutshell too.
But it's,
It's 10%.
It's 10% for like.
And no, out of 1,000 episodes, you're like 10% filler. There's more filler in Naruto and Bleach than Naruto than One Piece.
so this is what I say to that. I agree. There's filler arcs, like a whole year's filler for Naruto, but I prefer.
Pacing though will get people in One Piece.
Yeah.
I will say.
I agree.
That's
Because no spoilers. Never mind.
I can tag it. Don't worry about it.
But it's just like Dressrosa. It takes like one day.
Okay.
But there's like a lot of episodes.
Yes.
Like there's a whole arc. It's a good point. For one day.
For me, they just draw a lot of things out longer than they should be, in my opinion. But
Very true.
I prefer having a whole filler year, so I can just step away and then come back when they pick it up. Versus One Piece, you gotta watch the episode because there's gonna be something in there that's part of the story. Okay.
Very true. I get that.
So,
get that.
last question, ladies. Sub or dub?
Both. It depends.
One goes away.
It depends.
One goes away forever. You gotta choose.
I guess I gotta do dub. I'm sorry.
Hey, so,
No, I'm sorry.
sub.
Not even a question. Yeah, not even a question.
Go ahead and tell us why. I think I know why, but just out of curiosity.
Haiku dub.
Is this better? Okay.
Top tier. I love it. I love their voice actors. It's very funny. I can understand it. I can understand
I got you. I got it.
the jokes and everything, but with sub, I have to sit there. I can't eat and watch sub at the same time because I'll miss my food. I'll be like,
Yeah, you gotta.
there's no food coming in my mouth, but I gotta keep watching the show.
You definitely gotta work on the Sharingan to do stuff. So I get you. That's I just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. All right, guys, we're here at the Cherry Blossom Fest, and I found a One Piece fan. Okay, a lot of people have been talking down on your show, but let's start off with the regular questions first. What's your favorite anime, man?
My favorite anime has to be One Piece, man.
Okay. Do you read and watch?
I read and watch it.
Okay.
I read the early scans, and then I reread the official one.
Okay. So, to start off, why do you feel though some people dislike One Piece?
It has to do with the length. It's always the same complaint. If it takes too long, there's too many episodes. These are the same people that rewatch the same HBO show like 2 or 3 times, or still stick with stuff like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead. For me, I was into it episode 1.
Oh, you talking about One Piece?
One Piece.
Okay.
One
So
Piece.
let me ask you this. So I myself, I'll give you kind of my critique of it. One Piece, I don't herald it as like the great, some others. I'm a viewer, a watcher only. I don't read the manga or anything. So my complaint is I've caught up because of this podcast. We talk about anime, and in my opinion, it's not necessarily filler arcs, but there's a lot of filler episodes. So like you have a lot of like fluff.
Yeah.
You'll get a little bit of information at one point, but it's too much of that. So I caught up all the way to current Wano arc, and just some of the things that just turned me off from it being one of the top 3 are the best, right? In my opinion, what would you say to that?
I will say that the current arc Wano, more than anything, there were a lot of expectations going into it. Like even Oda himself, I remember for multiple years, he was like, oh man, get ready for Wano, it's gonna be great. And I will say, I feel like COVID did mess up a lot of that, but I know that's no excuse. I will admit that Wano has some highs and it has some deep lows. But for where the manga is right now, it almost feels as if he goes, okay, I messed up there, time to like put that to the side and start a new arc. And honestly, it feels, where we are right now, feels like a refresh. Completely.
Okay, hey. So like for me, personally, I liked some of the Wano moments. Like it has some really high highs, and we got rid of some of that, in between fluff. Like every anime has filler, right?
Yeah.
But for me personally, I just don't like the way One Piece handles it. I know they're a week-to-week anime, but like Naruto example, they had a whole filler year during the Great War, right?
Yes.
I'd rather that and then like just go away, then come back to actual content versus One Piece. It's a lot of fluff, but then you have some moments, but that's my only gripe about it.
Yeah. So I will say when it comes to the filler, the early filler, like let's say like the East Blue stuff, that stuff, it's like, you can watch it if you want to. It's not that bad. If anything, there is more world building to certain islands. Like there's a filler in Water 7 that gives it more personality of the area rather than just, we showed up here, we fought some guys and we left. And where the anime is right now, it's more selective with what it chooses to have filler. I will say, yes, unfortunately, because of how it is weekly, you have moments where it's like, we adapted half a chapter for an episode and that sucks, I will admit. But I think nothing is going to top the Obito flashback that happened where like almost multiple times we kept seeing the same flashback over and over.
Is that about when him basically dying and
the whole thing with
rage and stuff?
And like to me, it's really hard to top.
I'll have to remember how many. I know there's quite a few, and Naruto has his fair share of flash. I mean, we've seen Naruto on the swing by himself so many times.
Yeah.
In my opinion, though, with the Wano, they had I forgot his name, Jesus, the one who died, the king. Or Oda, or not Odin.
Yeah,
that one got ran back like 6, 7. I seen it.
I agree. No, I agree. Yeah, no, that one was a problem, but I feel like that one was a bit more contained. I think. If it turns out that when Wano's over, if it turns out we see if there's a certain flashback that runs back more than Obito's, then I will take that L. I will take that. But if it's not, then we're still in the clear.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I'm asking a lot of One Piece questions because you're clearly a fan.
It's good.
How do you feel? So, in my opinion, when you had the 7 samurai fight Kaido the first time when they're at the top and they almost die, do you feel that they should have kind of let him kill them off then versus coming back and then dying again separately?
I think everyone had expectations that like the scabbards were gonna die because that's sort of the way that the samurai live. Like, they put their life down on the line, and we didn't get that. And like we still got some casualties at the end of the day, but I don't think like it went the way we wanted to. It goes back to what I said earlier about how Oda had big plans for this arc, and some stuff just didn't work through.
Okay.
I will admit, like, I remember when we got to Onigashima, I was scared because we had like multiple like different factions on both sides that ended up meaning nothing. Like I remember that like Orochi had like the Miwari Gumi, we had some of the All-Stars and the Flying Six. We on our side we had like Yakuza members, and I thought, oh no, these guys are legit. And then you had stuff like the game of tag that they did, the stuff on the roof, you know, the stuff happening on multiple floors, and it just kind of,
drawn out.
Yeah, it drew out, and it just didn't end up satisfying. And it felt like when we left, we just threw everything to the wayside, because I think that's all that we could do. We acknowledge that we messed up, move it to the wayside, start again, you know.
Okay, no, I hear you. I'm just asking the questions. I appreciate your feedback on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna move on to a couple other questions now. What anime, in your opinion, has the best black representation?
The best black representation?
Yes.
On one hand, I would say Bleach has it. With the themes of the Fishman, technically One Piece has it as well, because everything about the Fishman is just a black metaphor.
Okay.
And people like to say that, like, oh man, Usopp's design is racist, but the people don't understand that Oda draws different characters different sizes. Yeah, you have like multiple Nami clones and stuff like that, but then you look at the way that he draws certain villains and commanders and stuff like that, and it's like, no, he diversifies. Okay. He creates like bigger women with different features. Not all of them are pretty, not all of them are ugly, you know. It's a mix, but for its themes, I would have to give it to One Piece.
Okay. I never look, again, I watch One Piece. I kind of see it now that you mention it, but I did not inherently think of it that way. But no, that makes sense. And I agree with your first answer. I think it's Bleach personally, but I see where you're coming from with that second answer. So a couple more questions. What's an anime you think is overrated that everyone hypes up?
Overrated? I'm gonna say Chainsaw Man, but that's because people don't understand. I feel like people don't understand why they like it so much.
I would say for me personally, it's just different. It's a lot more adult. It's a lot more gore.
Right.
There's not many anime like that, you know, in my opinion. But I definitely would say it was overhyped to the point where I didn't think it met that mark, but it was a solid show, in my opinion.
It's a good show. It's a great show at the end of the day, but like it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to sit down and explain why you like it.
Okay.
And so if it's something where it's just like, oh, it favors to me, then okay, that's a simple answer. But anything beyond that, it's like, no, you have to give context for it. And so for me, when it comes to Chainsaw Man, like, it has its good moment. It knows how to set up a story and then give you either satisfaction or despair. But I think people take everything else and its presentation as well for granted, you know.
Okay. So last question, man, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for your time.
It's all good.
Is it subs or dubs?
It has to be subs, man.
Hey,
it has to be subs. I respect the GOATs like Johnny Young Bosch and Vic and Laura and all of them, but certain animes, like, they don't always put that.
They don't hit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it doesn't translate always, and I agree with you.
It feels as if, and I've been watching, like, for example, the old Trigun recently, specifically dubbed, because a lot of the old Tsunamis.
Oh yeah, Adult
Swim to it.
Yeah, the adult. Anything I would say most dubs that came on Adult Swim all felt good. Today it's.
I have to watch Yu Yu Hakusho in English. I can't rewatch Bebop it has to be in English. Yeah. I watched Shampoo in English. Like, a lot of these.
We grew up on them.
Well, I didn't. I missed out on that era. But like, to me, like, I feel I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's kind of like when you listen to a song and like you're in that moment. You know? And so when I listen to these characters in English, it's like I'm in that moment. Unfortunately, like, a lot of English shows now, like, the most that people get out of it is just like the memes from it, and it's never the performance.
Yeah,
you know?
No, 100% agree with you.
I'm sure there's good performances here and there, but it's not like
for every character. Yeah, exactly, 100%. All right, guys, that'll wrap up Cherry Blossom Festival. It was super dope. Met a lot of cool people, but we're out.
Aren't you a voice actor or something?
Yes, I am.
Like that.
Hello, this is the voice of Hawkeye Mihawk, voice actor John Grimillion, coming at you from the Cherry Blossom Festival, and you are watching Subs Over Dubs. Remember, there would be no dubs without subs, so watch what is best for you. You have to!